might break up because of a box of tissues. I don't want this to be too long, but I should give a little background. Me, 25 meters, and my girlfriend, 24F, have been together for 2 years and she moved in with me in July. She has a regular 9 to 5 job and works 30 to 40 hours a week, and is off on the weekends. I am not working right now, but I am still the one who pays our bills. In 2018 to 2019 I had a lot of success with my own business before COVID hit, and thankfully have been comfortable with what I have saved to deal with the pandemic while unemployed. She does pay me back here and there when she can, but because of her insanely high car payment, insurance, etc., she is broke. So I pay our rent and bills and she pays me back a bit when she has extra. I have never had a problem with this arrangement, and because I feel useless sitting at home all day and unable to run my business, I figure the least I can do is make sure the apartment is spotless every day. Also, so that she doesn't have to have any extra to do when she gets off work, I take care of all chores. For the last week I have been very sick. Sinus infection, not COVID thankfully. I got tested, it hit me pretty hard on Friday, and I was hoping that she would help out around the house with dishes, garbage, laundry, etc. But nothing. I still did it all while coughing my lungs out while she was on the couch on TikTok. She likes to laze around on the weekends because she's tired from working during the week, so I didn't say anything or complain. I don't need to be taken care of, but it would have been nice to have her maybe show some concern, or ask me if I was okay or needed something. When she got sick last month I did everything I could think to make sure she didn't have to leave bed and could rest. Made soup, grocery store runs for medicine, all that good stuff. She didn't, but it's okay, I didn't complain. I can take care of myself. On Saturday, it was getting late and I asked if she could go to 7-Eleven to get me some cough drops because my cough is keeping me from sleeping and it was getting really late and was freezing outside. I really didn't want to go out. 7-Eleven is literally a 2-minute walk from our apartment. It's next door. She said okay after I finish this. She was doing an art puzzle and watching a movie. An hour goes by and I ask if she is going and tell her that it's not a big deal and I can just go myself, but it's getting late and I need to get some sleep. She said I was just about to go. I'm almost done. Another half hour goes by and I just get my keys and go while she says babe don't, I was just about to go. Right when I get in my car she texts me, can you get me cigarettes? I'm out. Felt pretty rude, but I said okay and bought them for her. She didn't pay me back. All of these things had been bugging me and then this happened tonight. I ran out of tissues, went through 2 boxes and was using toilet paper which was making my nose raw. I told her I was out and asked if we had more tissues. She said no. After a few minutes, and me coughing and blowing my nose more, I asked her if she can pick up tissues for me and I'll pay her back. She said it's getting pretty late. I said please. The toilet paper sucks, I really need tissues. This is the part that I couldn't believe. After a long pause she said okay, honestly I do have tissues, you can use them. I said why didn't you tell me before? When you saw I was using toilet paper or when I asked if you had any? Because you've been going through a lot and I didn't want you to use them all cause I use them too. I was completely dumbfounded. Not only that she lied to me when I asked if we had any, but that her first reaction wasn't to instantly offer me tissues when she knows how sick I've been and that I've been suffering with using toilet paper. This coupled with how little concern or help she showed while I was sick really made me look at her differently. I just couldn't believe she lied about something that would help me and was considering hiding her tissues from me while I was sick. Edit. Okay, I was using this to just rant at first, but the comments have made me realize this isn't okay. I'm going to talk to her when she gets home from work tomorrow. Update. So I just talked to her. I said everything I needed to say, most of the things in the post even though I forgot some stuff in the moment. I told her how I felt like she let me down and that I was hurt that she didn't show any concern or initiative to do anything at all for me while I was sick. It did not go well. I was a few sentences in when she started to try and argue that she did things and I told her to stop and said that she needed to listen to me and let me finish. So I told her everything and when I was done she didn't say anything. We both sat in silence for a minute. Could tell she was starting to to tear up after a minute or two. Then she went outside to smoke a cigarette. When she came back in, she walked past me and said, "I'm going to bed." I was blown away that she had nothing to say. I followed her to the room and basically asked if she had nothing to say to me. And she said, "What do you want me to say?" "I'm sorry that you feel that way. You guys were right. I've been trying to convince myself otherwise for the last few months, but she just doesn't care about me." This post is very far from the first time I have felt this way. This was just the final straw. I even tried to get a few words out of her after she said that last part, and it was getting humiliating to almost beg someone to recognize how much they hurt you. She wouldn't give in even a bit. She never does if I'm hurt. I am not an emotional man, but I know my feelings matter about this. I am breaking up with her. I feel like you're being used by her. She's living rent-free, doesn't have to take care of the house. It's a great arrangement for her. It seems like you're getting the short end of the stick. And the fact that the bare minimum isn't being done when you're under the weather says a lot. ABT how she really feels. PPLS true colors do show in sickness, so I think you have your answer. Sounds like she's taking you for granted. Probably because you do everything for her and she's got used to it, so no longer appreciates it. Hope you feel better soon, man. This is obviously not about tissues. This is about principles. You bend over backwards for her, care for her when she is ill, cover almost all of her bills including rent, and she doesn't reciprocate when you need her. It is not your fault she has high vehicle payments and insurance. She is blatantly taking advantage of you and your good nature and is unapologetic about it. You are not a priority to her, even though without you she would be in dire straits. You are an ATM machine to her and she doesn't appreciate you at all. She takes you for granted. I hope she's really good in bed, because you are getting nothing else out of this relationship. You should tell her if she can't pretend to care for you when you're sick, she should start looking for a place to live. The lack of respect she has for you is incredible. Broke up with her, she doesn't love you. All I see on your post are red flags. Please update about this. Someone who does not take care of you when you are sick shows you that they do not love you. My girlfriend and I take care of each other when either of us gets sick because we know that emotionally helps us feel better. There is no support in that relationship. She is there because you practically give her an easy life, but you are so in love with her that you will continue in that toxic relationship. Get mental help ASAP. My girlfriend said she's tired of being the man in the relationship because I was wearing eyeliner. Hello. So I am a male who genuinely just likes to explore things. I'm really open to many things, including occasionally wearing some form of makeup. I usually keep it pretty soft because I'm nervous of what people say, whether that be painting my nails or having a little bit of eyeliner on my bottom eyelid. So I've been dating my girlfriend for 8 months, with honestly no problem other than the occasional fight. I've known for a while that this type of stuff isn't what gets her going, but I didn't realize how bad until last night. Last night, my girlfriend was upset and crying, so I offered to FaceTime her so I could try and comfort her. She said yes, but then I hesitated and said I'm wearing eyeliner and that's not your thing, so I don't want to FaceTime. She insists that we do, so I agree. And the first thing she says is, "You're right, I don't like it," and I was just so hurt that I went out of my way to comfort her and she has to turn around and insult me. But it gets worse when she says I'm sick of being the man in the relationship, and that really hurt me, because it's not even true. I am the man in the relationship. This man just likes putting on eyeliner occasionally. But then the conversation continues and I try to compromise, thinking that just talking about it bother her, so I decided to offer that we don't address it anymore and we just let me do my thing and I won't do it around her. And she tells me that even the thought of me doing it bothers her because other people can see what I'm doing and that reflects poorly on her. And I'm just so hurt because literally every other aspect of our relationship is perfect. She just can't accept how there are things that I enjoy that are considered feminine, and I have no idea where to go from here. I really need y'all's advice. What bothers me is she is obsessed with Harry Styles for how feminine he is, but yet I can't do it. Too long didn't read. My girlfriend thinks I'm not a man for wearing eyeliner occasionally and doesn't want me doing anything even if it's not in front of her. She tells me that even the thought of me doing it bothers her because other people can see what I'm doing and that reflects poorly on her. Break up with her. If your significant other is ever embarrassed to be seen with you for just being yourself, then they'll never be worth it for you to stay in that relationship. So, maybe she's not the person for you. You should date a less traditional partner than her. You are just not a good match. She is obviously more of a conforming person than you are. Believe me, it won't work out. I am the opposite, mask woman. If someone told to stop buying Jordans and stop wearing male pants, I would be pissed. If wearing makeup etc. is important to you, then you need to find a different partner. You guys are just incompatible, that's all. Plenty of women will be okay with it, plenty of them won't be. You just need to find someone who likes that aspect of your personality. Your relationship is probably over because if that is an integral part of your identity and she's rejecting that, then she's kinda rejecting you as a person, and I don't know how a relationship can function like that. And the Harry Styles thing is so weird. My friend, 25F, considers herself a widow after her boyfriend died. Looking for some advice in helping my friend. She is 25F. 2 years ago, her boyfriend passed away. Cause of death was determined to be an overdose, so it was unexpected. They had been dating for about 4 months when he passed, so the relationship was still fresh and exciting and full of potential. She has been in mourning since then. She tells people they were married, and spends a lot of her time in support groups with widows. She quit her job and hasn't worked since then. She also started a podcast about her experience of being a widow. She's really difficult to hang out with because widow is her full personal identity now. It's all she talks about. She hasn't started dating again, and if friends inquire about when she wants to get back on the dating wagon, she answers, I have a life partner already, it's just that he's dead. I want to be respectful because I know she went through a traumatic event, but I want her to get her life back. I feel like her mulling over it and making it her personality isn't healthy. Am I stepping out of line for wanting to address this with her? Should I just accept her as my friend, the widow, for the rest of our lives? As a side note, I do know she's been going to talk therapy since then, and has done some experimental therapy like hypnosis and the like to try and help too, so she is seeing a professional. In a way I can somewhat understand her feelings, as I lost my best friend and the love of my life in a car accident. We weren't dating or anything, but my grief was pretty bad. One of my therapists commented that the love I have for my friend was so strong that my grief symptoms were as if I had been widowed. Unfortunately, you have every right to be concerned about your friend. I'm not a therapist, but these behaviors your friends are exhibiting, such as the podcast and the joining the support groups, sound more like she's seeking attention. The bad news for you is that she's unlikely to listen to anything you have to say in regards to her behavior. Bringing her a harsh dose of reality will most likely cause her to stop talking to you. I think the best piece of advice I have is this: ask her what she needs from you and listen. Get her to open up to you. This will take time and will test your patience. When you feel like she's finally opened up to you, then you can gently bring up your concerns. The other thing I'll suggest is keeping an eye on her, and if you feel she's a threat to herself/others, don't hesitate to call for help. I understand your friend has been going to therapy. Yet, this is where things stand. It is either one of two things: your friend is quite mentally ill, or 2, she just plain likes the attention that the Widow Act gets her, and her therapy is just this outlet where she can indulge her thing. Under either case, you're not going to be able to do much with that. I'd say that you have to either accept that this is how she will be, or start putting distance on the relationship.